Hi, in this video, I will cover what is the logical flow of processing all conditions that you have built in your Tradetron's condition builder. So this video will have basically two different cases that I'm assuming. My first case will be that it is a single set strategy. All right. In my single set strategy, I would have basically an entry, repair, and exit conditions. Only one set out here. All right. And whatever I say will now be limited only to a single set strategy. All right. So when you are on the deployed page and you see that there is a strategy which has a status as active, at that point you can assume that when the strategy is on the green colored active status, this means that your entry conditions are being checked for that strategy. So your conditions that you have put out here in the condition builder, this condition builder is basically checking for all your entry conditions. When your entry conditions are true, which means when they are triggered, the time when the conditions are true, at that point a position builder, the position will be fired. Now what position will be fired? Whatever you have built out here using the position builder. Um, Once the position builder fires the position, it will then generate your runtime variables. I have videos on runtime variables that I will link in the description if you're interested in watching that. Once this happens, once your entry condition is fired, once your entry condition is true, the position is fired. After that, you will see that the status of the strategy will change to something like live entered. All right. So live entered in black will be the status that you will see once your entry condition is triggered and the position has been traded. After this point, once the strategy is in live entered status, what you will see is that the strategy is now checking the repair conditions. Now repair could be repair once or repair continuous. All right. Now in case of repair once, the strategy will check the entry conditions. When your repair once condition is true, at that point it will take a trade in your repair once position, and after that the repair once will basically become dormant, which means that there will be no other checking for the repair once condition at all. All right. In case of repair continuous, the strategy will continuously keep checking the same condition in your repair continuous condition builder. So when your strategy takes an entry and after that your repair once is triggered, all right, the strategy status will stay live entered. It will not change. The strategy status will only change when your exit has been triggered. So when the universal exit is triggered, at that point you will see that the status of the strategy will change to exited. All right. When the strategy status changes to exited, the strategy is now going to check what is the reactivate on exit time set as. So since I have set 5 minutes out here, the strategy out here knows the time at which the exit happened, like the exit was triggered, and by exit it means only universal exit, not the set exit, which I will get to in some time. Um, when the universal exit happens, at that point, after 5 minutes from then, the strategy will then again get converted into active status, which we had seen out here, the green colored active status. Now again, we know that on active status our entry conditions are being checked. So again, your entry conditions will now start to be checked. So this is how the flow works in case of a single set strategy. Now I will talk about a multiple set strategy, which is my case 2 out here. So in case there are multiple sets, so I'll quickly add a new set and I'll show you. So in case of a multiple set strategy, when your strategy status is active on the deployed page, your entry conditions are being checked at the same time. So your set 1 and set 2 entry conditions are being checked. When your entry conditions are true, it will again fire a trade in that particular position. So let's assume my entry condition of only set 1 is true. At that point, it will fire a trade which is built in the position builder for only that particular set. So it is possible that your set 1 entry conditions are true and then your set 2 entry conditions are false. So it will take a trade only in set 1 entry, where when it takes a trade in set 1 entry, at that point your strategy will be in live entered status. At this point, we have established that when on live entered status, the strategy is basically checking for your repair, your exit conditions, and the universal exit conditions. So now you need to remember that when your strategy is on live entered status, it is very much possible that your set 2 may have not traded which is why the set 2 entry conditions are also being checked simultaneously at the same time while your repair exit and universal exit are being checked. Uh, Now what happens is that let's assume that your set 2 has taken an entry, which means that the set 2 trade has been taken. When your set 2 trade has been taken, the strategy is now going to check the repair conditions, the exit conditions of set 1, along with repair conditions and exit conditions of set 2 at the same time. And universal exit is also being checked at the same time for all of them. Now let's assume a case where your exit conditions for the set 1 have been triggered. At this point, your set 1 will again start to check for entry conditions, and your set 2 will now check for exit conditions. All of this while your strategy is in live entered status as well. Now let's assume a case where your set 1 entry conditions are not true. Your set 1 has already taken an exit and your set 2 has also taken an exit. This means that there are no open positions in your strategy. The strategy has 0 open positions. At this point, your universal exit is continuously being checked. So when your universal exit conditions are true, your strategy will change its status from live entered and it will become exited. Once it is exited, again it will check for the reactivate on exit time, and after the stipulated time is over, it will again change to your active status, which is the green colored active status. I hope this video was insightful and it gives you some ideas about how the system is working on a general level. If you have any other questions or if you have something that you want us to specifically cover, feel free to drop it in the comments or drop it to us on support@Tradetron.tech, and we would be happy to help you with it. Thank you very much.